5 minutes.
Your awareness may be powerful enough to control your instincts. Your instinct will be to remove your hand from the box.
It's your girl Meesh, and welcome to another episode of the LUV MEESH Podcast. Hey loves, and welcome to another episode of LUV MEESH Podcast. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about self-honor. If this is your first time tuning in, hey love. If you are returning, thank you. Let me tell you a little bit something about our stats. We are at, oh man, they won't let me look. We are at, okay, I'm going to click off and come back because we up there. Okay, I'm back. We are at, where my little screenshot went? We are at 7.8K for the plays, and we have 21 listeners. And this week we've been on a roll. It's been about 78 plays a day, every single day. So I don't know, between YouTube and I don't know, shout out. I hope seeds are being planted and you guys are able to take what resonates with you, leave what does not, and tune in for the next episode. So before we get into the episode, you know, I like to do my reco. I don't added another one. Lord, I don't added another reco, y'all. All right, so I'm going to start with a local business reco. It's going to be the self-credit card. When I was with Phillips Financial Services, shout out. She definitely built my credit up. I was able to get a freaking condo in a nice area. I walked in, like literally signed the paperwork, got the keys. My best friend was with me. It was a 1-bedroom with a loft, very nice. What else on the second or third floor? Second or third? I think it was the third floor. Yeah, that was all because of her. She had sent me a link so that I could get a car with Carvana, like everything. She's definitely my credit angel. And then I signed up with the credit program. I'm going to actually drop an ebook about all the resources that I have since I am a librarian. I'm just going to be dropping resources because you may take something that I know and go 100 times further than me. And so instead of thinking I'm supposed to go 100 different ways, 100 times, perhaps I plant seeds and it may not be for me. So I'm starting to walk into my calling as a librarian and just share the information, and it's gonna hit who it's supposed to hit. And yeah, just let that be that. And I will never forget, like, I just be sharing stuff and I be seeing people like capitalize, and I don't never say nothing. Like I remember I bought an ebook package. I sent it to her. She made an ebook and she sold it. I didn't say, girl, I sent you that ebook. You know, it was just like, go ahead, use the book. Shit, I wasn't. I was wanting to do a nonprofit before I went to the dark Pizzagate hole. And so I bought a package for nonprofits. Somebody had asked, anybody got a nonprofit? I sent it. I paid for it. I sent it. Everything was filled out, all the paperwork. Somebody had literally done everything and was selling it. Period. I wanted to do a trademark, still do, for my name. I bought a class. I sent it to my cousins. I sent it to her. Like, I'm just a resource person. Like, I don't know. Maybe I haven't done my trademark yet, but maybe you'll get it and do yours before me. And it just is what it is. So anyways, she definitely helped me with credit, and she also introduced me to self. So the first record is going to be the self-credit card. It's 2 different ways that you could do it. You can sign up for a line of credit that you don't get to use. You just pay on it, like $50 every week, $50, and they report to the credit bureau. You never get to use it. You're just paying, and they're reporting your great pay history. They also have a credit card. you can keep getting lines of credits, and it will increase your credit limit up, or you can close them out and just keep your credit limit at whatever it is. Again, that report. So with this one company, you can have 2 different things reporting twice to go up. And if your credit is low, let me just tell you, don't even feel bad, because the gag is there are bankruptcies. The gag is there are trade lines where you could have a credit card for 20 years with the company. You could add me on there as a non-authorized user, meaning you're never going to give me the card, but you're going to allow me to get your history, your good pay history and all that stuff. And just before I buy my home or my car, the credit score is going to shoot up. And so many people do this. So please don't. The credit, man, it's so many hacks to this world. And I'm going to just keep referencing the Sims. The same way I play Sims, I type in motherload, ka-ching, and get all the money. Same thing with this thing called life. Trump done did bankruptcy how many times? 50 Cent done did bankruptcy. Hell, I done did bankruptcy. My mom worked at a hospital, and all those nurses used to be talking about bankruptcy. Like, if this is a game, learn how to play it and play it to win. Period. Okay, so one of the keys for credit is self-credit. So I have a link in the description. You can sign up, and hey, whoop-de-whoop. So video, movie, TV record would be on Disney Prime, Bambi 1 and 2. Now, I watched this with my nieces and nephews. Shout out to my brother and my sister-in-law, because I watched them from like Thursday through Sunday, okay? And Sunday, I was like, hey, what time y'all coming home? And it wasn't because they were bad or anything. Kids are great. I don't know. I feel like everybody has different energy levels. And maybe because my energy level is naturally high, I'm okay with kids. Like, you want to watch cartoons? Okay, let's watch. You want to color? Okay, let's color. You want to paint? Okay, let's paint. Like, I just have that youthful spirit. But I think some adults, even though they're parents, they kind of don't have that spirit. And so I think kids kind of annoy them. I even remember one, I will not forget, like, y'all know I be getting people kids. Kids tell the business, okay? And one of them was like, my mom's a mom, but she should not have been a mom. And I was just like, damn. She's my mom, but she should not have been a mom. I was like, oh my God. Like, kid, I never go back and tell the parent. It's just like, kids say the dirtiest things. Kids say the dirtiest thing. And my dad always told me, you should have been a teacher, but I don't want to teach this slave system. I just want to have fun with my babies, but I figured out what it is. I want to teach conscious. So I'm going to be a teacher, I guess, or a guide or a mentor, whatever. But it's going to be in the conscious community. Definitely not that one. But anyways, when I was watching Bambi, we watched 1 and 2. I had ordered a pizza and we stayed up until they fell asleep. We had a stay up contest to see who would stay up the latest. And the oldest and the youngest stayed up the latest. Imagine that. The 3-year-old and the 6-year-old. No, she's older than 6. 8-year-old. Our babies is getting big. Stayed up the latest. So what I took away from Bambi 1 and Bambi 2 as far as honor is concerned is in 1, Bambi mom died, right? So he was kind of like an orphan. And so there was like a leader, a deer leader, and he took him in. And his job was just to watch over the flock and, just make sure everything's okay. I think the two of them met, this is how I took it. Universe connected the two of them because the leader was just so stern, so leader. He didn't have that joy, playful youthfulness in his life. And that's what Bambi brought him. And then for Bambi was just so like me, just young, youthful. Like he had went out in the field one time, almost died. Like, Bambi, you don't run. And he froze and the deer had to come save him. Like, Bambi, your ass almost died. And so he had to teach him like how to be careful and what to look out for, just to give him that old wisdom. So I see how the two of them combined. And eventually Bambi did take over the tribe. Like, he handed him the baton. Like in Bambi 2, it showed them both on a mountain and the old one leaving and Bambi staying. And I was like, look at this. Disney don't be telling us the truth, but they be telling us. Now, remember on Lion King when Mufasa let go of his daddy's hand and you just saw the dust and the antelope? He died, but Disney gonna give it to us kind of in a nice way. And so the leader, he died, but you know, Disney, they gonna just show him walking away. And then also in Bambi, this one character always used to like pick on him. And you know, Spirit ain't gonna make it go away. Spirit gonna let that thing bother you till you do something about it. So he ended up, you know, fighting him. Or no, he ended up building courage because he had to run away from the dogs. He ran really, really high up the mountain. And the leader saw him and he was so proud of him and how courageous he was. And then in Bambi 2, he had to fight the you know, when they were younger, they used to tussle and the other one had his little horns before or whatever. So in Bambi 2, he wanted to take his girl and Bambi had to fight for her and he won. So it's like, when I look at Bambi 1 and Bambi 2, I just remember how Bambi always used to refer to his mom. And the older one, like, didn't really want to talk about it. Like, you know, she's gone. You know, let's not dwell on the past. Let's just worry about the future. And he actually wanted to give Bambi away because he felt like he needed a woman and not a man. But what I took away from that, too, is men do need men. Like, all of these women raising men, I don't think it's okay. It's going to be a problem. Because when we look at other cultures, their dad is in the home, 100%. Indian, Mexican, Caucasian, Asian. You know, even our culture in Africa, them men be in the home. He might got 10 wives, but he taking care of them babies. But for some reason, our culture, woman. She can do it because she's strong. Slavery taught us that. But that's not the role that we're supposed to be in. We have tapped so much into our masculine role that we have not conquered our feminine energy. And that's really our strength. And they know that. That's that intuition. That's that love. That's that, what the Bible say, love is the greatest of them all. It's like they want us to tap into that. Oh, I'm a CEO, make money. No, honey, you tap into your spirituality. You know, you tap into that love. Then the money and all that other stuff will come. But anyway, so what I took from Bambi 1 and 2, as far as honor is concerned, is give your elders their honor. Like, he was the leader of the tribe. He knew everything to instill into this little naive Bambi, and he made him the leader that he is. So all of these spiritual leaders and counselors and elders, you know, my parents, my older sister, my grandma, like all these elders, give them their honor because they've been places where you haven't been, and they can teach you some things if you just listen. So that's what I took from it. The spirit been on my ass, I'm telling y'all. Okay, so the next reco is a podcast reco, and it's from Vandora Goods on YouTube. I actually have a little clip. And she was going in. And I be feeling like this how spirit be talking to me. She was definitely going in. And it's just so amazing. I don't think they knew what the internet was going to do. They thought we was just going to be dancing, doing TikToks. No. We is out here learning. We is feeding our soul. We is growing and evolving into our higher selves. We are dropping little nuggets and little keys. And when the people is ready, they will find them. And she did this thing like 2 years ago, and I just found it, and she ministered to my soul. So she's definitely talking about honoring yourself, and I'll be right back after this clip.
They're too busy lying to themselves about who they actually are and the work that they need to do. You can't tell me nothing about myself that I don't already know to be true, because I am actively reflecting on what I need to do better and what I have not accomplished just yet in terms of my own personal growth. Not reaching $100,000 a year salary. Fuck that shit. You can't take that shit with you anyway. I know what I need to do in order to grow. You're lucky to have somebody in your life who is conscientious like that. Because when they fuck up, they will be the first person to tell you, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to make sure I don't do that again. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to hurt you. I'm sorry. This is a bad habit. It must be eradicated. It must be diminished. I'm sorry. You're lucky if you have somebody in your life like that, who honors herself or honors himself enough to beat you to the punch and say, listen, I shouldn't have done that whack ass, weak ass shit. I'm sorry. You're lucky. But most people are not like that. That's why you're lucky. That's why I keep saying you're lucky. Because most people will lie to themselves and then get around to lying to you. Okay, I rebuke it. That's what we're not about to do. They lie to themselves so much that they get comfortable lying to you and trying to make you think that everything is all good. They start telling so many lies, you can't even keep up. Everything is a lie. And then they have the audacity to get frustrated with you when you start to realize you cannot believe anything that this person is saying. Then that person wants to throw it in your face and talk to you as if you are to blame for their bullshit and for their lying ways, for their bad habits and bad choices, not mistakes, simply bad decisions. A bad decision that you continue to make is not a mistake. Stop all that. That's another lie people tell themselves. It was a mistake. No, it wasn't. Mistake head ass. It wasn't a mistake. That's why you keep doing the fucking dumb shit. Enough is enough. You have to honor yourself. You have to respect yourself enough to admire yourself before you ever expect that anybody else should admire you. Who are you to be admired? You, the person who lies about every little thing, lies to yourself about how you really feel on the inside, lies to everybody else. For what? Why do you deserve respect? Why do you deserve to be cherished? Why do you deserve for people to stand in your corner and support you and show up when you want them there? Show up so that you look good in front of other people that you want to impress, other people that you also lie to. No, those are the type of people who will end up by themselves, broken and hurt by themselves. And if they're not by themselves, they're surrounded by other toxic people who vibrate on the same low-ass frequency.
Honor your life. Honor your breath. Honor your surroundings. Honor your existence. Give gratitude. Honor your life by doing the best that you can do. Honor your soul by being the very best that you can be. There is no need to be anyone else but yourself. You are worthy of being celebrated. You are worthy of being appreciated. You are worthy of being honored. Honor your existence by sharing your uniqueness. Appreciate your uniqueness. Celebrate your uniqueness. Be proud of your confidence. Commend yourself for being strong, persistent, and resilient. Give yourself credit for making it this far. It is an honor to achieve the things you have achieved. It is a blessing to accomplish the things you will accomplish. You will accomplish all that you set out to do. Be confident in your abilities. Appreciate your gifts and talents. Honor your place in the world by doing what you love. Honor your place in creation by serving and celebrating others. When you win, the world wins. When the world wins, you win. It is a blessing to be alive. You are wealthy in spirit. You are rich in peace. You are abundant in nature. Honor your life with gratitude. Every moment matters. Radiate your power in the world. Make your presence felt. Your presence is honored.
Woo, child. That's how my spirit be talking. I don't know how y'all spirit be talking about. That's how my spirit be talking. She talking about head ass. That thing took me out. Not head ass. Oh my God. Head ass. That was too funny. What I took from that, and thank you, Spirit, because I think Spirit has just been fed up with me. I don't know if this is my solar return or what, but Spirit is like, she either go get it or she not. We just need to take her out and bring her ass back to headquarters. I feel like this is my last altar call. But let me pull this over here. I feel like in that message, Spirit is what is, screaming to me. That's how I feel. Like, yes, we know people do wrong things. Yes. That's understood. Right? But let's not focus on others because we can only control ourselves, right? So let's focus on us. What gave someone the permission or the audacity to dishonor or disrespect you? Nobody but you, right? So it's like a hard-ass look in the mirror. And it's like if you want somebody to honor you, you need to be honoring yourself. Like my sister said, you have to give somebody something to respect. You also have to give somebody something to honor. And it's like, oh my God. So really, life, we should all just close our eyes. This is an inward life. It's not an outside life. And I think that's the trick to, everything around you. No. Sit your ass down, gaze into a mirror, journal. I haven't realized as much since I started journaling. It's just like everything that you bottle inside, everything that you don't address, everything that you don't talk about, it just erupts through the pen. Honoring yourself, honoring how you feel. When she was talking about lying, like I've literally just been like speaking my truth. Like, hey, I know this is what you used to. We used to do that, but it's not like that anymore. And may the cards fall where they may. Just being, I don't know, just pulling the Band-Aid off. It is what it is. And just stepping into the next phase of my life. And I know everybody can't go. So there has been like a massive stripping. And that's okay, because what leaves most definitely leaves room for something else to come. So that was a whole word. Just shout out to her. Universe, send her so much love and energy and protection. Like, she definitely fed my spirit. And I really feel like Spirit be talking through all of us and, for all of us, period. So let's see. That was the podcast. So the Reiki Healing Prayer Reco for this particular podcast is going to be for the whole collective. And I feel like may all the divine masculine and all the divine feminine spiritually die, right? To be awakened and reborn so that they can begin to transform into their highest, most honorable selves and bring forth a new generation of high vibrational souls to raise the vibration and heal the world. A new wave of souls are about to be born. Just as Jesus chose Mary, they await for the honorable divine vessels to be their entry portals. Now, I had not known about spirit communication. I read a book a long time ago about spirit babies. And this person was talking to people's spirit babies, like in the same room with them. He was like a medium. The person would sit down. He would say, yeah, you're having a girl. She doesn't want to come because you keep calling her boy. You have another client. Yeah, I see your baby. She doesn't want to come because you work too much. You're not going to have time for her. Like these spirit baby souls, really, because I don't think we really have ages. But if we are human and they are not human yet, if you think about like caterpillar, cocoon, and butterfly, they would be considered a baby in an essence. And then we would be the cocoon, and then death would be more like the butterfly, is how I see it in my mind. But so yeah, we see spiritual babies. Yeah, they're going to enter the earthly spiritual baby, and they do have to grow up or whatever. But our souls are infinite. They're, my God, I don't think we can count how high our real age would be, right? But where was I going with that? Let me see. Oh, another thing. This is what else I manifested. So right now is the time. Put your manifestations out. They're coming fast. So I wanted to sign up for the Spirit Baby Communication class. Boom, got her class. So I was listening to her class today as well. And again, the gifts are not as hard as we think they are. We just are not sitting our asses down and tuning in. So it's really your intuition, and women, we have it. It shouldn't just click on when somebody's doing wrong. It's there all the time. So she was mentioning how she was pregnant, and she was getting messages from her baby before she was pregnant for other women. And it's really just listening to her intuition. And it's like a muscle. When you draw, you might draw stick figures. Times that by 5 years. You'll be amazing. You could be selling art at that time. So we all have these gifts, but if we never cultivate them, they're going to stay at the pre-K level. The more you sit down and give time and more time and more time, more time, more time, that's how you get that guru, master teacher, title, because you put in the hours. Speaking of hours, when you do yoga and you take a yoga class, you're not thinking about hours. But those teachers, they have to do 20,000 hours of yoga, 50,000 hours of yoga, 100,000 hours. Or like they have to put in that time to say, look, I have mastered this skill. I have what it takes to teach you. And I feel like we should put that same respect on these gifts. I have so many hours of intuition. I have so many hours of baby communication. I have so many hours of reiki. I have so many hours. Like, yes, we have to put in the time. So anyways, about to roll into another podcast. I was getting, I don't know where, like it's not coming from me, it's coming from somewhere, y'all. A lot of babies are about to pour through. I don't know if it's like a spiritual battle or what am I talking about? Yeah, it's always a spiritual. Whatever happens here is happening there. So yes, there is a war brewing here. There's been a war brewing in the ethers. We already know this. We battle ourselves daily, so there's always war. But a lot of souls are trying to come in. The angels, the spirit guides, the spirit babies, the high vibrational beings to help us, right? But just think, if you are, let's say, a CEO of a company, would you be driving a jalopy, or would you might have a new Tesla or Jaguar or whatever? I don't really know about cars. I know I want a Tessie. We put that out in the atmosphere. I want a white Tessie. What would I name it? I always name my cars. My first car was a Ford Focus. Her name was Tinkerbell. My second car was a Nissan Century, and her name is Tiffany. Okay, if I have a white Tessie, her name would be, I'd probably call her Angel. Okay, but anyways, the same way you could tell, or we could even do houses. Celebrities have these mansions with 100 bedrooms, yada, yada, yada. That kind of describes them. You have to have so much money to have a house like this, right? You have to have so much money to be driving a car like that, right? You have to be prestigious to be buying Louis Vuitton shoes, just stuff like it kind of explains who you are. Well, these babies are trying to come in, and they're not just trying to come in any vessel. Like, that's what's really wrong with the world right now. People are not doing their work, or sleep people, mating with sleep people, having sleep babies. It's like those spirits, they want to come into higher beings, or beings that are trying to evolve, or that are doing the work, because they're going to need you to be their guide. You know what a parent is? A guide. That is an honorable calling. And I feel like you're going to be graded on the choices that you made. You chose that father for your child. Judge. Now this child may have abandonment issues. Whose fault is that? Yours. I feel like you're alcoholic. This child was supposed to be a prodigy, but they had to take care of you. Judge. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't judge. The hell, you should. That's what's wrong with the world now. Nobody's calling everybody on their shit, and we all are just, the fuck? I feel like that's what's wrong, but anyways, I feel like the more we change our diet, like our African American community, we is growing plants. We is following Dr. Sebi food guide. Like just go on YouTube. There has been a shift. And so these babies that are gonna be coming in, they want to call them COVID babies. Nah, it ain't no COVID baby. Cause it's some people that ain't getting a shot. It's some people that's not getting these babies vaxxed, which is amazing. They're having these babies at home, in their tub, in the water. These going to be divine souls that's about to fuck some shit up, which is in a good way. So anyways, I feel like just get your mind, body, and soul right, because if you vibrate so high and you bring that soul in, it's going to vibrate probably 10 times higher. Because it's all about energy, y'all. The stuff that we can't see. So the music reco is going to be Londrell Honor Yourself Meditation. I have a little clip for that. One moment. And then I just ordered 4 books from Mike Reed. Shout out to my sister. That's my soulmate for real. Like if I never get married or have kids or anything, it's fine. Like my sister's my soulmate. My sisters are my soulmates, my friends, you know. So at the end of the day, I have love. I really have unconditional love, and I'm gonna be okay. Cause I really, if I do were to settle down, like I would want it to be that love. I would want it to be the love that I have with my sister, the love I have with my parents, the love that I have with my brother, the love that I have with my friends. I would want your love to trump those, and if it can't, the hell with it. I don't know. Is that just me? But Mike Reed, that's going to be my mans. I am going to publish with him, and I hope I get to meet him one day. If his books are anything, if his books are a reflection of him, his mother did a damn good job, and I am so proud of him. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he be owning his shit. He be like, I'm not ready to settle down. I got a couple of girls in different area code. Like, yes, be real. Like, and you can't do nothing but respect that. Even if you're mad, it's the respect for me. But, and you know, by knowing what place he's in, you can just make an executive decision for yourself. Do I want to be a part of this or not? But, I was just sitting here reading, and I read them so long ago, but my mind was in a different place. I got to reread them. Got a new mind. Reread them with my, upgraded mind. And I was just sitting here reading, which one did I read? This is the boyfriend book, Just Mike the Poet. And I remember telling my best friends, no more boyfriends. And I meant it. Like, I don't want a boyfriend. Duran had a saying. He said, I'm too old for a boyfriend. And I agree. He said, I'm not with slavery, so I don't want a relationship. And I get it. And then he said, but if I'm traveling somewhere, like on the expressway, and someone else is driving somewhere on the expressway, and we're going the same way, why don't we just go together? And so he was saying, go together. And I'm like, yes, I like that. We go together. We're going the same place together. And then my mom mentioned like courting, how we need to bring courting back. Courting is really dating intentionally, to find out about you, your family, how you treat your parents and different stuff like that, how your finances are. Just really like asking those hard questions, like if you were cohabitating together or living together, so you can decide if this is going to work or not. A lot of times you get in a relationship, you got a whole house, you got whole kids, and you find out that you aren't compatible. Speaking of, what is her name? I got to tell you this lady name. Tia Swan. I just read an article. I signed up for her news thing, so I'm going to get her emails now. And she was talking about how you're incompatible. She went down on that incompatible thing. A lot of people are incompatible as hell. Married and all, I don't care how long. A lot of people are incompatible. And my guys will always tell me how important it is to figure out who you are before linking with someone else. And that is so true, because now you got what? Cars in each other's name, a whole mortgage, kids, and y'all can't even stand each other. Those emotions, all that flattery, all that other stuff get in the way. It's the rose-colored glasses. But if you strip all of that away and look at the facts, it's incompatible as hell. But anyways, that could be another podcast. Let me get to the poem. I literally was about to cry. So this one is called Yesterday. Michael E. Reed. Yesterday, I met a woman on a bridge, on a ledge, on the edge of love and light, of day and night, of life. And I asked her for advice. And she said, some will hurt you a lot, some will hurt you a little. Some will hurt you on the outside and some will hurt you in the middle. But you will heal. Some will waste your money, others your time. The worst, both. But at the end of the rope, there's hope. So you'll be fine. You must or you'll bust. And from the tears in her eyes, I knew she was finished. She jumped. Died falling. Died from falling. The irony is appalling. A life story that could never be worth applauding. Or could it? Maybe if I told her story, gave her death some glory, then maybe God will see her as a martyr and have mercy. She'll show up at the gate soaking wet, covered in water and regret. And when he asks her why she jumped, she'll tell him she was thirsty. And they'll laugh. And he will forgive her for her sin and let her in. Because her only flaw was loving hard. She wanted a rock, but wound up sinking. No preserver. Death certificate says suicide, I call it murder. And he'll get away with it. That part stuck out to me. Read that again. Death certificate says suicide, meaning she killed herself. But I call it, him as a man, he's calling it murder. He'll get away with it. But this isn't a reality show, because sometimes when you're in love, the reality goes and you're standing there and a bunch of feelings you didn't even know you had. And part of you is going to want to yell, Dad, but you can't because you're grown. And you should never have brought him home in the first place. I know it hurts, but it's taking longer to heal than it should have. Think about the kind of man that you could have. If it was supposed to work, then it would have. Disappointment is certain. Healing is on purpose. So before you fall into the darkness, pull back the curtains. You must make the rest of your life the best of your life, if you hope to have any life after all. So remember this woman the next time you fall. Yesterday, I met a woman on a bridge, on a ledge, on the edge of love and light, of day and night, of life. And she asked me for advice. And I told her, heavy is the head of a woman who carries her crown. And when she leaves you in unfamiliar territory, it is much easier to drown. But the same courage that you used to fall in love, you must find after. I'm not a preacher or a pastor, but I do know that only God can put a smile where a frown was. So if you still do decide to jump, I pray that God catches you before the ground does. Dang, that was amazing. He put this year an estimated 100,000. This year, an estimated 100,000 women will contemplate suicide because of a boyfriend. 7,000 will be successful. One too many. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255. Call the Lifeline, but I don't know. I don't be trusting them companies. I feel like, y'all, if you knew how much these organs cost, you might call that line. They might cause you to have an accident and steal your organs. I just don't be trusting the government. Like, are they really here to help? I don't know. But yeah, I just ordered his books, all 4 of them. I'm going to get the necklace again. I think he even has bracelets. I don't know if he's torn or anything like that. I talked to his publicist when I reach out with the card about the book. So I know it's not him, but hopefully I'll be able to meet him one day. I'm going to meet Mike Reed one day. And I was going to tell him, you are the big brother I never had. I have an older sister. And then my brother's younger, and he's so amazing, just like my dad. But Mike is able to, like, give me the tea. So, no more boyfriends. 300 women sat down with Mike, and after 3 hours, 299 of them agreed that they never wanted a boyfriend again. The boyfriend book tells you why. You know what? I want to hear from the one. What, sis? Out of all the women, you went back. Lord. And I don't. And I remember saying, like, I did not want a boyfriend. What did I do? I was so disappointed in myself. I did something that I didn't want to do. Now, hurting yourself is the worst. Nobody can hurt you worse than yourself. I knew. I had told myself we is not going down this road again. And what did she do? We're down the fucking road again. Okay, so check out Mike Reed. He is just so amazing. God continue to bless his ministry. He's helping people write books and all. Like, you go, Mike. You are the MVP. Okay, so what we got next? Books, good reads, Reco would be the 3 topics that I'm going to be talking about would be your death, your rebirth, and your transformation. So you think about in life, when someone dies, that usually changes people. When a new life is born, that usually changes people again. And then the changes that you make, if you go to AAA, if you stop addictions, XYZ. Matter of fact, I'm going to insert a clip with addictions because your girl has an addiction. And I need to find a support group. That's where I'm at. I have to find my support group. I need to find a trauma group and an addiction group. And I'm addicted to love. Is there a group that says you're addicted to love? I think it's okay to have a healthy boundary of love, but to be obsessed with it, I don't think that's healthy, because you end up making unhealthy choices for the sake of love. But is that really love if you do it that way? No. So yeah, just learning more about myself and just untangling this web. It's really like, if you just focus on yourself, you really have no time for nothing else. Like, yourself is really enough. So yeah, if y'all know any of those 2 support groups, send them to me, please. Because I had to do one more session with my, not one more, but I want to do another session with my therapist, because she said we can't do everything together. So I was like, okay, we handled that, because I was dealing with something else. I'm like, okay, so can we do this now? And I'm going to ask her about, I'm going to go over my roses and thorns with her, because that's about my trauma. And then I'm going to ask her about love being addiction. And there's different aspects of love. There's the need for love, giving love, love in a relationship, love being a parent. Like, there's just so many aspects of love that I want to go over addiction wise and see if she has some resources for me. So yeah, the good books on those topics: Ego Death, 7 Thrilling and Illuminating Stages by Lorna Wolf, Spiritual Transformation, 9 Signs You're Evolving, again Lorna Wolf, and How to Love Yourself, Lorna Wolf. They all tap on those 3 topics of death, rebirth, and transformation. So check them out. And I'll go over, the Pinterest and a little bit of other stuff later. I added a new reco, y'all. It's quotes. So my quotes reco is: you are not stuck with the brain you have. You can make it better, by Dr. Daniel Amen. Now, this is true. I think you age differently. I think you age-wise. But I think you also age experience-wise, and I think you also age spiritual-wise. So you might have someone that is spiritually wise, right? But their body could be young as hell, and they could have no experience. Or you can have someone with, like, how some people be like 10 years old and they was out on the street and they had to get an apartment on their own and take care of their kids. Like, damn, at 10? So you have some people, like, they have a lot of experience, so they might be old in experience, but could be young, spirituality. It could be young in age. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I just keep saying we are like multi-dimensional beings, and we are aging differently, which is why you meet people and it's just like, there really is no one person like you, because it's just too many possibilities. So honestly, if you have a relationship and it's working, kudos, because we are so diverse. I don't know how you guys do it. We are so diverse. So yeah, when it says you are not stuck with the brain you have, you can make it better. Yes, you can always evolve. You can always learn, experience, yada, yada, yada. And I thought that was cute and I wanted to share it. And then I have the links to our podcast for self-honor. So now we can get into the episode of self-honor. All right, so this is the self-honor Pinterest. Of course, I have the link in the description. And the first one is respect your body. when it's asking for a break. Respect your mind when it's seeking rest. And honor yourself when you need a moment for yourself. I've had a very long moment for myself, and I am actually enjoying it. I've always been around people, just people, big family, sisters, just always relying on people for advice, help, assistance, like whatever. But in this season, it's just me. Like, I'm going with, this is my problem. I'm going within. This is my reflection. I'm going within. It's just me, myself, and I. And I think it's important to kind of build that up in people, because you can become codependent on relationships. Like, some people cannot even live without a relationship, period. But you come in this world alone, or you're going to leave this world alone. The number one relationship you should have is with yourself. So, significant others, friend, family, but your bond needs to be stronger than any other bond that you have with anyone else, with yourself. And that's what I'm building. Honor your awakening. I thought that was interesting. To be healthy, happy, prosperous, and aligned. Honor. Dignity in carrying out, acting, and living the values of respect, duty, loyalty, selfless service, integrity, and personal courage in everything one does. Honesty, fairness, and moral fortitude in one's beliefs and actions. The gift of presence. A time to connect and honor yourself. I never thought about that. Just to be present with yourself is a gift. Ways of honoring yourself. Create a morning or evening routine. Set your intention. Learn to follow your intuition. Say what you need. And mean what you say. That's so interesting to me. I usually am always like worrying about others. Are they comfortable? How do they feel? You know, what do they want? And now it's just like in reverse. So it's kind of like a new world for me. And not really addressing or saying what I need has caused me pain. I've caused my own self pain, is what I've realized. And the other person may never have known that. And had I expressed that, they would have had an opportunity to either fix it or, you know, exit stage left, I guess. And then mean what you say. Sometimes I'll say something and then I'll, like, change my answer. Like, let's say someone wants me to go somewhere and I'm like, no. And they're like, please just come. I'm like, okay. You can definitely hear that I still don't want to go, but I'll go. So honoring myself is, you know, putting me first. Like, it's okay to let others down for the benefit of myself. That's okay. To even have to confirm that is such a problem. Honor yourself. Honor the code. Integrity, respect, and responsibility. Note to self, you got to do this for you. This is for you. This isn't about anybody. Live for you, honor you, and never lose sight of that. Even if your plans have changed, even if your timeline seems different, even if nothing has unfolded the way you thought it would, you are not falling behind. Real growth is not always just a constant forward motion. Growth is also staying still. Growth is a deep rest. Growth is stopping to reconsider where you're headed before you arrive there. Growth is letting yourself settle. It's letting yourself blossom. It's letting yourself see how much good is already in your life before you hunger for more. Growth is processing. Growth is grieving. Growth is allowing yourself to be where you are while you're still there. It's allowing yourself to be. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the past and the future that we forget the present moment is our present. And you can grow in your present. Growth just doesn't have to be about your past, where you've been from, or your future. Growth is the now. I love how it says rest and being still. Yes. 10 steps that you're honoring yourself. Number 1, prioritize your needs. Number 2, let go of guilt. Number 3, get your happiness from gratitude, not status. Number 4, ask for help. And that has been the biggest cry to me. I have a lot of business babies that I want to grow. And in the same way that a woman can give birth on her own, and many do, some of them get a doula. That's what I'm going to promote. And some go to the hospital, which is fine, especially if the baby's in danger. But the point is, the baby was still going to be born. You're either doing it alone or with help. I've come to realize I'm going to need help. I'm looking for a mentor, publishing agency. There's just going to be a lot of people that are going to help me give birth to my dreams, and that's okay. Y'all, I'm so excited. The other night, another baby came to me. Baby business, baby goal, baby. Those are creations to me because I don't have kids. So my creations are my babies. And spirit, universe, me, my higher self, whatever, it came to me. And it was like, make a children's book. Y'all, yesterday it was my niece and nephew first birthday party. And I took my notebook so I could, on the car ride there, I was writing down this book. As I'm going back through my past and dealing with the trauma that I never have, basically, my 3 angel babies is one of them. So this book is going to be about me, whoever my soulmate would be. That character's name is going to be called Soulmato. My angel babies, Chavez, Jamesia, and CJ. I'm going to put all my nieces and nephews in there. My parents, my sister, my brother, everybody's going to be in there. And it's basically me giving birth to the lives that I lost, maybe. And I don't think we really die. But just allowing them to live in this universe in the form of a story. And Jamesia, which will be the middle daughter, named after me. She's going to be like, hey, come to class with me. Look what we're going to learn. We're going to learn about chakras. And the school is going to be, I'm thinking about naming it Spiritual Soul. And I want to put it into a trust. But I may end up changing it to personalize it. Like, I don't know. But that's the name that came so far, Spiritual Soul. And on the first book, and I'm going to put it on my Auntie Boo's you page to teach kids too, but I do want it to turn into an actual book in schools and libraries, and I don't know, who knows, somebody could pick it up and make it a cartoon, you never know. But I found an illustrator that I love. She's African American. She does a lot of African American children's books, so I'm so excited to travel down that road. But the first day of class, she was explaining, no, it's divine. I said it wrong. Not spiritual soul, divine spirit. The first episode, she's going to explain how she's a divine spirit, what that means, how she's going to class, what she's going to learn, introduced to her cousins. It's just going to be so interesting. And it reminds me of Little Bill, really. But instead of talking about everyday stuff, it's definitely going to be spiritual related. But I was like, oh, Spirit, thank you for that creative insight. And I can't wait to send that out in the world and see who it touches. Because I already was going to do a nonprofit, Auntie Boo's. And then when I found out about pedophilia and how they are just killing that industry, I don't even want to be similar to them at all. Plus, you have to pay all these fees. I don't know. It's just a lot. So I'll just create it this way. It'll still be Auntie Boo's. It'll still be for the kids. And it's grown just like I have grown. Before, I think we would talk about decency and different stuff like that. But now I want to incorporate more so spirituality. And I'm glad that I'll be able to do this because I went through a lot in my life. And I definitely want to be able to reach back to the youth, especially the young girls, and to just minister to them. because I'm not the only one. I was listening to Jessie Wu last night, and she was explaining how when she was growing up, her parents didn't really talk about sex at all. She was like, have sex before you marry, you're going to hell. That's it at the end. Period. And it's just so much more to learn about it. And she was mentioning how she got in an argument with her best friend because he's a guy, she's a girl, and she wanted to teach her daughter that sex needs to be like pleasurable to her. Like, she needs to come, it's not all about him, and how it's very powerful. And you know, if she chooses to wait for marriage, that's fine, but she's not gonna force her to. Like, I just relate 100% with Jessie on that one. Like, yes, that's why I'm taking a sexology class, and I want to be able to just reach back, because there's so much that's not taught. And even women today, even women that's married and stuff, there's so much that's not taught, I think, in our culture about it. And there's so many avenues you could take. You can go down the pleasure road, you can go down the toy road, you can go down the crystal road, you could go down the reiki road, the healing road, the tantric road. Like, it's so many different levels of the sex world depending on where you want to take it. And so, yeah, I'm excited to, I know I'm going to have to be careful because it's going to be parents trusting me with their daughters. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to give it in a gentle way. And then for those parents who let me go deeper, I can go, you know, a little bit deeper with them. But I'm excited to birth that baby. But, yeah, honoring yourself is asking for help, communicating clearly, honoring your no, listening to your body regularly, letting go of what doesn't belong to you, focusing on progress and not so much perfection, and striving to improve rather than seeking approval. Be the bigger person really meant shrink and silence yourself in the face of mistreatment. In healing, may you learn to honor yourself and take up space with your voice. And then I learned the spiritual journey had nothing to do with being nice. It was about being real, authentic, having boundaries, honoring my space first, others second. And in this space of self-care, being nice just happened. It flowed, not motivated by fear, but by love. Saying yes just to please someone else isn't a true yes. It's not good for them and it's not good for you. Today, I make space for myself and honor my needs. You know what also comes to mind with honor? Honor roll. I remember I went to Hogan Spring, and I used to get honor roll, and they'll give you little trophies. You'll have a little ceremony. Your parents would come out. I remember making honor roll in middle school. I remember making honor roll in high school. I was getting straight A's in high school. And they would take us to Outback. Like Spirit is saying, the same way you used to honor them grades, baby. Honor that associate's degree, that bachelor's degree, that master's degree. I'm going to need you to honor yourself. So, yeah, this has been interesting. Honor yourself uniquely. Do what works for you and leave everything that doesn't behind. Let me tell you what's so funny. I just, y'all, it's springtime. Whatever you putting into the ethers as manifestation, it is manifesting fast. You want a house, you want a car, whatever, put it out there. Put it out there because it's going to bounce back so fast. For example, I was telling y'all I want to do this Akashic Record class just on the last episode. The class was $99. Do I want to pay $99? No. Do I want to take the class? Yes. Get an email today. All their classes is like $9.99, $6.99, $11.99. And I bought them all 5. So I was listening to the Akashic Records today. Man, this stuff is it's simpler than we think. We just have to sit the fuck down and be still and go within and just listen. People do it all the time. Something tell me don't go over there. Something. We all have it. It's not no something. It's your higher self. It's spirit. It's your God. We just are programmed to watch TV, be on social media. We're programmed on all of this external shit. The answers are inside, but I digress. So as I was doing the Akashic Records today, I was like, oh my God, this is so simple. Just a few things that we may not have known, like how to, meditate as you open up. Get yourself in a calm space before you open up, and to shut everything down and close it when you're done. Just things like that we may not have known to be in tune with. Because even with prayer, nobody said be calm before you pray or close yourself up after you pray. Like, you just kind of do it. So I think sacred principles were left off of spiritual practices that we have. And so when you take these classes and stuff, it's not going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be stuff that you've already known. But those are your guides. They're there as gentle reminders on your path to reawaken what you already know, because we already know everything is in us. But we all hold keys, and as we walk around and we touch people, we're handing them keys for their memory or whatever. But anyways, I was just like, oh my God. So little smart stuff and coming to myself, like how I just said, the same way you used to honor them grades, I'm going to need you to honor yourself. Like that's your intuition. That's like spirit speaking to you. And I can't do nothing but laugh because the jump be so funny. And I'm glad it's funny because I'm such a sensitive crybaby. It need to be funnier. I'm going to be like, oh my God. So yeah, let me keep going. Honor yourself uniquely. Do what works for you and leave everything that doesn't behind. Why you must honor yourself while working towards your goals. It's so many amazing, like, I'm a visual person. I love Pinterest. So check out the link so you can, it's a lot of pink in here too. I just love it. You yourself, as much as anybody in this entire universe, deserves your love and affection. I feel like I'm in that space right now. Like I was always externally giving. I don't think I'm in that mode anymore. It's like, what can you give me? I'm fine right here. What can you give me? So it's just interesting that I'm in a space to just love and give myself affection, time, like whatever. It's just M to the E. I vow to honor the goddess within me. Absolutely. Be the energy you want to attract. That's interesting too. My sister used to always say when it comes to the male world or just men in general, you have to give them something to respect. So if you're being mistreated or anything, you just, yes, they are doing the mistreatment, but ultimately you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, why am I allowing them to do X, Y, Z? Because everything falls back on you. That's a harder pill to swallow. You must be the most important person in all your relationships. And I wasn't. I was not. Honor yourself. You have needs. It is not your job to be nice to everybody at your own expense. That's over. I really don't care. I've never cared, but you're gonna hear it and feel it now. Or make everyone else happy while ignoring your own heart. You are on this planet with your own self, and it is your duty to ensure that you remain as comfortable as possible while giving heed to others in equal measure, but not more. You deserve your own respect as much as anyone else. Do not forget to honor yourself. You deserve your own respect as much as anyone else. Do not forget to honor yourself. My spirit is on my ass, y'all. Remember, progress looks different in every season, so don't pressure yourself into performing and trying to duplicate the progress of a past season. Honor where you are now. I haven't honored where I am. I've always wanted to be in other places, always. High school, want to be in college. College, want to be in corporate America. Corporate America, want to be here. I want to be married. Want to be this. Want to be that. Want to be mommy. It's like, chill. You're here right now. Honor the now. And one thing about it, when it's gone, it's gone. My sisters always tell me, like, when you have these kids, that's it. It's no more you. It's no more YOU. Like, they both will go in their rooms and close the door. If they go in the bathroom, someone's coming in. Hubby asking them something. Significant other asking them something. Kids asking them something. Dog asking them something. They just, So it's like, okay, let me honor the now, because this will never, ever come again. And I don't know how I feel about that. I like me. I never knew how much I like alone. I can be on an island alone. I think a lot of people couldn't make it. I'll have me some books or something like that. Peace. People are stressful as hell. People are a lot. People are people. The great honor in the world is to be what we pretend to be. The great honor in the world is to truly be what we pretend to be. So just be and don't pretend. It's some quotes that I'm skipping over because I'm going to come back to them. God will honor those who honor him. I feel like the more honor and respect I put on my spiritual path, the more honor and respect will come to me. I think that's where I'm at too. Honor the progress of no one sees. Honor the progress that no one sees. That's what I think it should say. Honor the progress that no one sees. Yeah, because you could be doing stuff on your own. You don't have to announce it to the world. Congratulate yourself. Where nourishment feeds the body, self-honoring feeds the soul. I kind of feel like I have been like vegan. This will be year 6. And let me just say vegan-ish because if I'm at a birthday party, I'm going to get a piece of cake. I might get some ice cream. If somebody make macaroni and cheese, I might get a scoop. You'll never catch me. Well, I can't even say that. I was going to say you could never catch me eating meat, but I went to my best friend's house and she had some salmon and I ate it. It was so good, but my stomach was tore up. It felt like food poisoning, so I don't think I can even go back if I wanted to. It was worse than cramps, y'all. Worse. Like my stomach didn't even what is this? It didn't even know what to do. So I feel like the first part of my journey, 6 years, was just learning about a lot of stuff and changing my diet. And I feel like the next wave of my life is going to be honoring my soul. Okay. And I'm excited because I've been drinking teas with no honey, just plain old herbs. You know, they good for you. And I'm going to order a whole bunch of herbs and put them in glass. And I'm going to put the magical principles on one side. And I'm going to put the physical healing properties on another side. And I'm going to make teas. And I'm going to make yoni steams. And I'm going to make yoni baths or a spiritual bath. It's just like herbs. Oh my God, y'all. I've always loved Tinkerbell. I'm a fucking fairy. I've been a fairy this whole time. I love going outside. I love standing in the sun. I just never paid attention to the flowers, and now I'm on that journey. Let's see. So yeah, self-honoring feeds your soul. And why have a healthy body and a dead soul, you know? Always wear your invisible crown. When I think of honor, I do think of crown. Royalty. Respect, all the good things. Honoring ourselves means owning ourselves. What if we honored ourselves instead of shaming ourselves? Honor your experience. That's a good one. Honor your experience. So I've been reading Loner Wolf a lot. Every time I read an article, they'll have like purple highlights of words that you could look up. And I swear I got like 20 articles up. I could just get... And I literally could sit down and read all day. Like, I don't think people understand how good I am being by myself. But honoring your experience. The more I'm reading, it's like you're a human being, which means you have a physical experience, but you can't forget your spiritual experience. And it just reminds me of the Alchemist book where the wise man told him to put oil on a spoon and go admire the kingdom, but don't waste the drops of oil. And the first time he looked at everything and the oil was gone. The second time he looked at the oil and he didn't notice anything. And it was like, the moral of the story was like, you got to do both. Not one or the other, but both. So carefully don't drop the oil, and also enjoy what enjoy and look around, experience, observe. And when I read the articles, they all kind of pinpoint to that, like, don't be all holier than thou, don't be all in the world. And it's like, I think of the hourglass, how it points north and south. And I feel like that's us. Like, we are that point in the middle, and our higher self is living a high existence in the ethers, and our lower selves is living in the lower dimensions. And I think it goes on forever. Like, it could be 1,000,000 you going up and 1,000,000 you going down, but you're experiencing life right on the middle. But it's like each one of them like come and visit, and you have experience with each of it's just so hard to explain. It almost seems like an atom. Like, if we are the protons and neutrons on the inside, and then you got your electrons, circling around. I don't know. I heard someone else say it's like we're living multiple existences. I guess that's the best way to say it. Multiple existences. So yeah, that was honoring. I have a couple more pins in here that I'm going to come back to, but those were the ones for honoring. All right, it's going to be a part 2 because your girl is long-winded. Extremely long-winded. So let's wrap this one up, and then I will catch you guys on the next episode. As we say, it's 7.9 billion people in this world, and you met me. It's not by happen chance. This is a divine meeting. May we guide each other well. If life is like a school, what lesson did you learn today? What class did you take today? Did you pass or fail a test or pop quiz? If so, it's okay. Failing allows you to restudy an area that you're weak in, so you could try again better than before and pass. Keep learning, evolving, and spreading love. And I hope you see the fruits of your labor. Namaste. Namaste. Always vibe high, babe. Of course, we do dip low. I mean, this is planet Earth after all. But journal, feel your emotions, cry it out, whatever you need to do. Don't stay down. I'm going to add something extra here. My sister mentioned that when she's down, she knows what to do to cheer herself up. What? I haven't done that yet. Like, I'm literally going to make a list of happy songs, happy movies, happy foods. Like, when I'm down, I'm just down waiting for that to go away. Like a rainy day, wait for the sun to come back out. Like, I literally need to tap into my alchemy and transform that. Like, no. And even a step further, even block it. Block anything from trying to take me low. Okay? So we going to work on that. I'm going to work on that. You going to work on that. We going to work on that. So I will catch you guys on the next episode. Bye. Thanks a million for listening. There's a million podcasts in the world. You clicked on this one, this one, to hear what I have to say. I hope universe has a special message for you. You can reach me on Linktree at /love.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love ya. Talk to you later. Bye.
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?